we've heard politicians run on protecting the disabled and honoring first responders. But now see how those same politicians get elected and then take from disabled first responders.
No property tax relief at all. In fact, the taxes have gone up the last 3 years.
Well, voters gave disabled first responders who were wounded in duty a property tax break in Florida. In 2016, they passed Amendment 3 with 84% of the vote. As written, it helps former officers like Jim Bragg. A crash during a high-speed chase crushed his spine and left him brain damaged.
And I forget where I'm going or why, and what I'm looking for, that type of stuff.
It would also help others like former officer Jim Bomfort. He was exposed to toxins, and then a bad guy dragged him from a car and crushed his legs. His legs are now in braces, and his arms can't stop shaking.
If it's at rest, it's doing it.
These are the kinds of stories that inspired Amendment 3. But when we requested records from county property appraisers, we found that Jim Bragg, Jim Bomfort, and nearly all of the disabled first responders living in Florida have been denied.
Well, I can tell you, I thought I missed something.
Pasco property appraiser Gary Joyner confirmed it when we asked him to check the records.
We had a list of 52 homeowners that had applied for it.
So 52 apply.
Yes, sir.
How many get it?
6.
See, after voters passed this tax break in the Constitution for all permanently and totally disabled first responders living in Florida, the legislature and former Governor Rick Scott disqualified most disabled first responders living in Florida. They added a disqualifier that excludes responders who are disabled while working for agencies out of state, no matter how long they've been living and paying taxes in Florida. In the flood of bills that came up, lawmakers told us they thought that they were implementing the amendment as is. They said they had no idea that a lawmaker who's now no longer even there added that disqualifier.
It wasn't clear, I think.
So you did not know this was excluding these first responders when you voted for it?
I don't believe that that's something that was discussed.
Well, last year, Republican David Simmons sponsored a bill to remove the disqualifier and restore the benefits in the Senate. And Democrat Adam Hattersley sponsored a bill in the House.
A friend of mine sent me a link to one of the reports that you guys had done about this issue, and we started digging into it. I was frankly shocked.
But last year, House leadership would not even let that come up for a vote in committee.
I was disappointed that we would not only supersede the clear will of the voters in the language of the Constitution, but that we would even consider treating first responders and veterans this way. We owe them more than that.
Now, Simmons and Hattersley have sponsored identical bipartisan bills in both chambers. Any arguments the bills don't sink no longer hold. And they have an economic impact analysis that applies to both. So lawmakers have yet another chance to fix something they say that they removed by mistake. And if they don't, voters will have a chance to remove most of them in November.